What's going on? Coach Colin here, coolest high performance coach in the world. And if you want the best insights to the podcast that you love and don't even know about, click that subscribe button, hit it, smash it. That's what they usually say, right? Smash it. Let's get into it. Today is a podcast that a lot of people don't know about. Dr. Eric Thomas is the #1 motivational speaker in the world. If you've ever watched like a Mulligan's Brother video or any of those motivational videos, you usually hear this guy's voice in there somewhere. He actually has a podcast. It's called the Secret to Success podcast. And this is episode 347. And we're sitting at about 10 minutes and 40 seconds. They start talking about GPS. Right. Eric tells this very long story about how he was following a GPS and how he wanted to go back to what was familiar to him. He was following the GPS, but the GPS was taking him to a place that he's never been before. So he kept on thinking about like, I should just go to what I know. Right. And I thought this was such an important clip to have people see. It's such an important podcast. Like, this is one of the podcasts that really keeps me in a positive mind state. I watch it every single week that it comes out. It's a great podcast. So I'll just let you guys that right now they're touching on what a GPS is in a real life perspective, you know? So here we go.
Trying to kind of figure, like, you don't know. So either rely on the GPS, rely on your mentor, rely on your coach, rely on the program you play.
What's the GPS like equivalent for life though?
Vision.
I'm saying,
Vision.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Your vision is your GPS.
I'm saying make it practical for the people. Like, okay, what's my GPS? I don't know where I'm going, and I don't got a GPS.
Yeah, what he said, whatever the destination is.
I'm saying your vision. Your vision leads you to where you're going. Most people don't know where they're going because they haven't set in the GPS where they need to go to. He had in there the GPS,
no
right?
question.
So the GPS told him exactly how long it's going to take for you to get there. When you know what your vision is, you know exactly like, okay, this is what I'm trying to get to. If he didn't have that GPS set if he didn't have the destination set in GPS, he would have went to the left. If the first exit, he might have went to the left. He might have veered to the right. But because he knew exactly this is where I'm going, and then so that's the vision. I know where I'm going. This is how long it's going to take me to get there. Now, sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes it might take longer.
Oh, no question, because stuff happens.
Sometimes you can get there quicker, just like happened in this case. But when you don't even set in the GPS, you don't set that vision up, now you just driving, you just joyriding. You don't know how long it's going to take you to get, you don't even know where you're going to. And I think that's what people do. They don't identify where they want to go in life. You don't even have a freaking clue, but you know you want to go somewhere.
Right.
I want to get out of here.
Right.
But yet I don't know where I want to go. So now you just literally every single day you just stay in that what's familiar to you and it makes you feel like you're really going somewhere.
Oh no, that's the problem.
So that's motion. You confusing motion with actual progress, with actually moving towards a certain place. You think just because you've been in the car for the last 4 hours that you've accomplished something. Just because you're in the car and moving for the last 4 hours. Just because when we started this trip, the gas tank was full, but now I'm at half a tank. Oh, I'm moving somewhere. No, but you're moving where? You might be going backwards. And I think people do that every single day because they doing what's comfortable, what's familiar to them, bro. And you've seen people do the same thing. That's the killer part. I'm talking about now I'm going to 9 to 5 talk.
Right.
You've been working your job for the last 20 years. You've been hearing other employees in front of you. You working next to people in the squad car. Both of y'all in the squad car complaining every single night. You in the car with a person that's a veteran that's been complaining every single night. You just starting out and he telling you about the company, how they don't show no love to you, how they don't really like us, how the union sucks, and all of this stuff. You hearing all of this, and yet you still.
Hey, you watch them retire.
You watch them retire, and you see them at the retirement party crying. Not because
they was happy.
But they crying because they was getting 100% of their salary and it wasn't enough. And now all of a sudden, so they was complaining. They was complaining with 100%.
Yeah, but I'm saying how much they getting now.
Now they about to get 50 to 65%.
Unbelievable.
And so now you really crying because you like, Dad, this is my life. But it's only because you did what's familiar to you and you confused motion with progress and you did not have a clear, defined destination set in your GPS. Bro, the children of Israel, I'm going to say.
Yeah, man, that sums it up. I mean, your GPS. Like, I love the analogy of a GPS because it's like you put in where you want to go. So first of all, like in terms of like how it's similar to life, it's like you put exactly where you want to go into your GPS. You click it, it gives you a game plan, you follow the game plan, and you always get to where you're trying to go. And it's funny that we don't do the same thing in life. Like a lot of the times when I'm working with people, when I'm coaching somebody, and I always ask the question, like, how do you want to be seen in the world? You know, what's your ideal self look like? And the reason, and then it's like, and where are you now? It's like the reason I ask those things is because it's like you need to know where you are now. You need to know what your ideal self looks like so you can actually get there. And then I ask how you want to be seen in the world, because it's like, if you know how you want to be seen in the world, then you have this like picture of who that person is, who you are, who you could be, who you want to be. It's just, you need a roadmap. You need a roadmap the same way you need one in your car, you need one in life. And I notice that people just, they don't think to do that. It's always just it's kind of just in your head, you know, like it's in your mind, but it's not like out on paper, right? And it's good to have a vision of who you could be in your mind, but when you start putting it on paper, when you actually start putting it into some kind of external device, now you can get very detailed. It's hard to remember 19 paragraphs of who you want to be in life. But if you write it down, you actually have it and you can look at it. And then what you can do is you can hold yourself to it. You know, like if you want to be somebody who has a lot of integrity, if you want to be somebody who really cares about their family, if you have these passages written about how you treat your family, when you're not treating them that way, like you can look and be like, this is how I want to be treating my family. This is how I am treating my family. Okay, so I need to actually change. I need to gear right back to this. Just like with a GPS, you know the sound that goes boom, boom, and like that's showing you that you're off track, and it redirects you back to the proper course. When you actually have a vision for who you want to be, any single time you get off course, you have something that boom. This is the best I can do that sound, but you know what I mean. Like when you're following Google Maps, a little beep that comes up. And it's letting you know that you've gone off course. Same thing as when you have stuff written down of who you want to be, your ideal self, how you want to be seen in the world. Like, ask yourself that question now. How do you want to be seen in the world? Not just how you want to be remembered. How do you want to be seen? What do you want to show up in people's minds when you show up? You know, like write down 5 things and then really look at your life and be like, do I exhibit these 5 things every day? And if not, start thinking of ways that you can exhibit those things. Then you'll start being seen in the world the way you want to be seen in the world. Confidence goes up. Now all of a sudden you're tackling bigger goals because you have that confidence in yourself. Because you've already shown yourself that when you write something down, you actually stick to it. It's like a whole positivity snowball when you start actually thinking about who you want to be and how to get there. And so one thing I notice when I'm working with people, like we'll do like the first 2 sessions and they'll be like, I feel like I actually have a map of, you know, where I'm at and where I want to be and how I can get there. Like that's all people really need. It changes everything for you. Like I have that, like if you watch some of my other videos, I have this thing called the habit board update. And it's a board that has 10 tasks that I have to do every day. And those tasks correlate to my core values. And doing them every day makes me walk in my core values. When I walk in my core values, first of all, when I know what they are and I walk in them, I just feel like I have more integrity in life. It's like a literal, like I go down to my living room right now. It's just there on a huge whiteboard. It's just in my face. It's my GPS for my life. But yeah, this is a great podcast. This gentleman here, I don't know if you can see that. That's gentleman Eric Thomas, Dr. Eric Thomas, number one number one motivational speaker in the world. That's his buddy Maul. That's his buddy CJ. That's his buddy Carl. I know I should have done that at the beginning, but I kind of forgot that everybody probably doesn't know what this podcast is. Again, great podcast. It's on YouTube. Just type in E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. I'm going to leave a link in below so you can actually watch the podcast. I'll leave a link to this exact episode. But other than that, I just wanted to put that out there for you. Stay positive. Peace.